Hello, how are you today?
Hello, good afternoon. This is Tom.
She's Nora.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is our Angelic world, and here we are transmitting. I was going to say another thing. I was going to say that this was the Archangel's program or TV program.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, it is a program from the Archangels. That's why I have it here in my heart and in my mind.
Yes, and it should be joyful.
Yes. Archangels are channels of light, of divine light. And we as human beings need to contact this divine light. We have this opportunity of expressing our love, our happiness through this specific light. In our life, when we have this specific light of the archangels, our life could be very ease or better in a way. Why? Because we have all this energy, which is a high vibration, a high energy inside ourselves. And that is something very important. Why? Because we are part of this universe and we are also experiencing this energy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So that's why we need to study, we need to practice, we need to learn how to be a better human being.
That's correct. In order to be more conscious in our higher self, we need to work full-time.
Yes.
Full-time. Consciousness is a full-time job.
Yes. So
And
welcome.
so let's make it appealing, let's make it fun, let's make it interesting so we can thrive, right?
Yes, we need to have all this energy. Why? Because we have to face a lot of different lessons in our life, sometimes very difficult lessons that we have to go through. So we need to really be very focused, paying a lot of attention so that we can learn how to face these situations, these sometimes limitations, blockages, and so many things that can just be popping up in our way, in our lives. That's why we need to be ready, ready to face, ready to deal and thrive and be a better person. If we are a better person, if we practice good deeds, and also if we have in our heart better emotions, good emotions, then our life is going to be better. The situations are going to be better and we will be able to face them. Since we are, right now, for example, since we are in this situation, the pandemic situation, which is very difficult and of course it's a lesson for everybody, then we need to be very focused and be very brave, and also have a lot of force, let's say, in our mind and also in our emotions.
Yes, that is very, very nice. And we need to think in a simpler way about life. Life is the biggest school. So we are in a constant testing and challenge, and we are on the ground all the time, learning how to cope with situations, and most of all, how to cope with ourselves. Ourselves in a point of view of our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts. These are the three pillars that construct our everyday life. If I am joyful, if I am happy, if I am optimistic, my life in perspective will be those virtues at most of the times. I will find a harmony in myself. I will find harmony in all my surrounding, in all my companies, in all my friends, in all my family. And this is something that you need to work every day, conscious. That's the reason. The more you work with your consciousness, the more balance you will come to your life. You will be centered, balancing what is correct and what is not correct. And this is a very beautiful, very nice and steady way to cope with things, because when you are one-pointed in yourself, in your center being, you are capable of assess any situation, no matter how difficult, how dangerous, or how easy that could be. You have a concentration in one-pointedness in order to cope, to assess the whole environment immediately. And the thought process is more sharp, more precise,
accurate.
more accurate. That's correct. This is what we thrive working with the company of the Archangels and the angelic energy within us. The angels, the archangels are the reference points for us to get inspired in the virtues, in the correctness, in the wellness, in the goodwill of our capabilities to be a better human beings.
Yes, we need to practice also. As Tom has said, it is something that we have to do every day. We cannot just get rid of a specific situation just like that. We have to be focused and pay a lot of attention and see what is this situation telling me. What is this person telling me? Maybe something about myself, no? And maybe I can start looking for these connections. The light, the divinity will always be talking to us through many situations, sometimes many persons, sometimes many emotions as they are. And then we can, if we receive these messages, then we will be able to go up and learn more and have more maturity. If we are immature in our emotions, if we don't have this force, this energy in our mind, in our heart, then that might be very, very difficult. Why? Because we need to continue to learn every day. But if we have a focused mind, if we have our emotions under control, everything is going to be better. That's why Angelic World, this is our mission, to give you like this inspiration to learn more how to deal with life, with emotions, and with your mind.
We look to share with all of you too many experiences and learnings that we have passed through in our career, in our way of life, in order to acquire more high consciousness. This has been a process of too many years. It is not an easy thing. In the beginning, when we were more immature, more younger, we have to learn the hard way also, as all of us. So the reason for these programs is to provide to you a quick, shorter access if you are going through some kind of situation.
Like a shortcut.
Like a shortcut, yes. And then providing to you what has worked for us in our own experience. This is the purpose of these programs. And the purpose is to have reference with the archangels and accompany yourself with this knowledge, because it's very beautiful, it's very deep, it's very sharpening, and it's very revealing too.
Yes, and we have to study.
Yes, we have to review. As I mentioned before, we have to go to school. You know, life is the biggest school. Unfortunately, there are no textbooks for acquire the knowledge proper for thriving through life. Sometimes.
Yes, no, we don't have that. Those kind of books.
And the biggest example right now is this pandemic thing. Most of us don't know how to cope with it. Most of us have faced too many situations in every aspect of our lives. Right now, we are all being shaken with many experiences, with many challenges, with many testings. And the best thing that we can do is to provide to you some words of inspiration, some words of knowledge, some words of hope, which is very important, and try to sit into your thought that there is always a way. When there is a will, there is always a way.
That's beautiful.
This is a beautiful phrase that my mom used to tell me when I was a child. And so today, are we going to speak about Raphael?
Yes, we're going to talk about Archangel Raphael.
Okay.
Very beautiful Archangel, and he has a lot of fans, a lot of followers.
Yes, indeed, he has. He must have a fan club right now.
Yes.
And we will join today a little bit in his teachings, in his messages. He is the Archangel of healing. His energy, his light, his rate of light is green. So in your thoughts, you can imagine green light covering your body or your organs or any misfunction that you may have in your body in order to provide a healing process. The more you do this through meditation or through specific meditation techniques, which are concentration. If you concentrate with your wide eye opens or your eyes closed in evolving green light in your body, that will be a beginning of this process of healing. Auto-healing is the key today in this process of life. The color is green because it's the color of life. When you go to the woods, you find an incredible range of green tones. They are really uplifting, refreshing, inspiring. When you go to the woods, you feel the magnitude of the big nature frictioning in your own self, and this becomes most refreshing because you feel that you're part of something very big. And this is a loving emotion that arises when you go to the woods. You can dress green clothes, you can wear this color, you can paint your walls in green, in any range of green, and then you can perceive this vibration of the color, which is very beautiful. Archangel Raphael also is the messenger of hope. We strive every day in hope that something that we cannot solve will take its own influence, and then we will try to make our best effort to cope with any situation, inspired in the hope of this energy, in this light of green. Hope is the pillar of joyful, less stressing way to face and confront any situation that we can have right now at this very moment.
This energy, this green energy, this energy which is very pure, is very important that we attract it and send it, let's say, to our inner self. That's why we need to concentrate, we need to focus on this energy. This energy, well, the name, yes, is Archangel Raphael, and we can talk to him. Let's say we can talk to this energy, we can ask, we can have this petition, a certain or specific petition of health or wealth maybe, but in this specific topic of Raphael, we need to have this connection. That's why we need, or we have all these green colors, let's say, as Tom is mentioning, the green everywhere, wearing the green, looking at the green on the walls, looking at, for example, the forest, or looking at the leaves of the trees, the plants. The green is inspiring, is nature, is life. So this is the color of Raphael. If we contact Raphael, if we contact this light, this divinity, then we will be able to connect and channel this energy that is going to give us health in a way. Why? Because we are connecting to the energy. We are attracting this energy to our inner body. And our body, we don't see it. We cannot see that because we cannot see that with these two eyes. But in this dimension where this light is and where our body, our inner body is, we would be able to see it. Why? Because it is there. Energy, we cannot see energy, we cannot touch energy, we cannot contact the energy, let's say, with our physical senses. But what we can do is we can connect with this energy through our mind, through our emotions, through our visions in our mind. So that is why it's so important that we really work with this energy and look for a way in which we can have this energy in mind. It's very important.
Energy works in an invisible way. We cannot see energy working, but we can feel it. The simple way that you can feel the energy in this precise right now, right here, is just make this exercise of coupling your hands together, and then you will feel here in the palm, you can feel heat, or you can feel a very subtle, very elegant, very sublime movement. There is kind of pressure. This is known by the ancient Chinese people as the key energy. This energy is not only for the Chinese. This energy is everywhere. It has many names. It has the T1, the Ki, the Shakti, the energy of the electromagnetic field. There is many names for this energy. It is all around us at all times, anytime, anywhere. You can feel the energy flowing in your body when you feel like a shake in a change of temperature from cold to heat. You feel the shiver in your bones, in your muscles, your little hairs rise. This is a change of electromagnetic energy within your body. You sometimes feel in your head like a shiver when you have a very high impact emotion. You feel in the middle column sometimes tickles or pulls. This is the energy. This is the electricity and magneticity of your body, giving you nervous signals through your body. So energy is everywhere. We cannot deny it. This is the living principle surrounding all of us. Now, if we imagine this energy working for us in a very benign way, in an auspicious way, we can work with it every day. We can, when every morning we wake up, we first inhale, exhale, and then we feel this sudden sublime shiver. This is the energy working within us. The breathing when the air comes in and goes out, it makes sometimes shifts on the electromagnetic field in our body, and then we feel shiver, we can feel heat. This is the energy. So the more we work with this energy, being conscious about our inhalation, expiration, exhalation, then we can perceive the subtleties of the movements in our body. Sometimes we can feel tickles in the stomach or in the low part of the stomach, or sometimes in specific organs. These are shifts of energy within your body. Sometimes you need to be aware of this because most of the times we don't pay attention to these subtleties of our body. So the Archangel Raphael, in his message toward us today, is be aware of your body. Be aware of your feelings inside your body. Sometimes you feel chest pains due to overeating habits, or sometimes you feel that something that you ate is provoking here movement. This is the energy of your body trying to cope with these alien energies that you ingested in your food. So try to be aware of this. Try to be aware how many times you have eaten things that provoke movements in your body, and then you need to go to the bathroom, or then you need to feel nausea or ¿cómo se llama? Dizziness. You need to be aware of this in order to begin to work with this healing energy of Archangel Raphael. And then when you have these physical feelings inside of you, try to go aware of your thinking. What are you thinking when you're feeling something in your body? Do you immediately feel fear that you might go to the doctor and then you need to take some tests and then go to the diagnosis process and all that? Or you can cope with this situation from the point that you're at your home right now. This is a very subtle beginning to work with this beautiful energy of auto-healing, the knowing of your body, the knowing of your signals in your body telling you, be aware,
Yes.
be attentive, take care of me, take care of yourself. And this is the message of hope that we need to thrive to be in our first interface with the world, which is the body, in a good shape most of the times in order to cope with the things that the bigger life brings to us at every time.
Yeah, so in this case, Tom is talking about the healing of the body, which is very important. So we have to pay attention to our food. We have to pay attention to how we are eating, how we are, what are we giving to our body to heal. Sometimes what we can do also is drinking a lot of water is very important. So don't forget that, because we are 75% of water, so we need water to have this health in our body. And well, so Archangel Raphael is this archangel that is inviting us to have health in our lives. So the body is important, but also the mind is important. So in this case, have this healthiness in our thoughts. We have to, as we are paying attention, as Tom was inviting us to pay attention to our food, we also have to pay attention to our mind. What kind of thoughts are we giving to our mind? What kind of process are we having in our mind? What kind of thoughts are the production in our mind? It is so important. If we have thoughts that are negative thoughts, that is not going to help at all. That is going to give us an illness, let's say, in our mind. And if we have this kind of illness because we are having these negative thoughts, then we're not going to be healthy. So that is part also of this invitation of Archangel Raphael, that we have to pay attention to the kind of thoughts that we are producing here in our mind. We have to take control of our mind. We have to be aware of what we are thinking, what we are paying attention to, what we are projecting here in our mind. Our mind is so powerful. So if we start by having all these negative thoughts, these thoughts and our mind, which is very powerful, are going to send that message to the universe. And remember that when we send a message to the universe is going to send it back to us. It is like a boomerang. What we send, it will come back. So that is why we need to be very aware of the production of thoughts here in our mind.
Yes, there are many messages throughout literature in the history of man, as well as ancient scriptures, that tell us that very, very, very beautifully that we need to keep an eye on our thoughts, our words, our actions. These are three things that we need to be very aware of.
Yes.
The moment that we put attention on these three things, the moment that we will become more conscious of what we say, of what we do, and what we think. This is very, very important, because this forms and conforms the way we go through life, the way we work with our body, with our mind, with our relationships, with our work, with everything about life that we are coping or confronting or living in every day.
Yes, that is why the thoughts, for example, are very important to be healthy. So it is our body, physical health, and also mental health. The other day, I had this message that was sent by a client who was telling me that she was not feeling okay, and I asked her, well, why are you thinking? What are you thinking? I asked her. And she paused, she didn't answer, and then afterwards she said, well, yes, I'm a little bit depressed. So I said, well, what is it in your mind? What is it that you are producing here? Why are you like that? And well, then she started saying that she is not feeling okay because she's not fulfilling a very, very specific desire or this goal that she wants to go for. She is not being able to do it because of the pandemic situation. So I said, well, you have to be patient. Then you have to be patient, and you have to be write down what you are feeling right now, and try to change it. Try to see what are the thoughts that you can think that are going to help you to feel uplifted. Feel that you are happy, feel that you have to be patient, that maybe after the pandemic or after some months or maybe years, we don't know, that you will be able to realize what you are looking for. So as we can see, the thoughts, the mind can go very, very quickly and very, very fast, and the mind can speed up. So we have to say, hey, come here, come back. It is not the time to be there. You have to be here in the present moment, and you have to deal with what you can deal with right now. So that is why we really need to think about what we're thinking. We have to think about our thoughts. No, we can during the day we can make a pause, and we can say, okay, let me think about what I'm thinking. No, I'm going to check. I'm going to scan my thoughts right now. What is it that I am thinking? Then that will help you. No? Okay, well, after some time you can say, well, yes, today I woke up and I was very sad because I saw that the sky was very gray, no? And then I continue with my day with this kind of emotion or this kind of thought. I remember the gray clouds and gray sky in my mind throughout the day, and yes, that thought didn't help me. So what kind of thoughts are helping you to be healthy?
Remember also, throughout history of men, every culture, every ancient culture has given us messages about the way we think. Remember this ancient sculptor, Auguste Rodin, who made the Thinker, which is the sculpture that is like this, in this posing, thinking. And then the saying is, I think, therefore I exist. This is a very beautiful thing, because we need to think in order to know where we are standing up at the moment, at the present moment. We need to think because we need to make the analyze the information that we are managing in every aspect of our lives.
Yes.
When we understand how we think, we need to think that the mind has a process. The mind is visionary. It has visions. It works in images. It works in, most of the times it works in images. So we imagine like a memory of my mom, my dad, my children, my work, my car. And the first thing that comes into your mind are some kind of images. Then the mind has an allusive part that comes together with imagination. When I want to work with something, I imagine what do I need to do. Like an engineering working in his projection of the plans, he needs to think and imagine in a three-dimensional world inside of him if he's going to need, let's say, specific parts like screws or parts of a system, and then with his imagination is working how to build something. An artist also, when he is painting or drawing, he is in his mind seeing what he needs to do. I am going to draw here a circle line, a straight line, a serpentine line, and this is how it works. Imagination works like this. A writer has to think how to build the phrases in order to put it on the word processor, you know. So everything that we need to do, everything that we need to solve has a process. The more you try to understand your process, your own personal process, the more that you will be aware how your mind works. Most of the time we don't want to do that process of analyzing how we live, because it provides to confront with our own inner fears. I may be a good person, I may not be, I am not capable of doing it, don't have the knowledge to do it. So this process is the bunker of the most of the creative process in every one of around us. But those who thrill, those who go further, find inside his mind a very creative, powerful weapon. A weapon that can construct good relationships, good marriages, good relations with your children, good works, state-of-the-art engineering. So this is what we need to go through. We need to go through the bill of debunking ourselves in order to go further. And this is how Archangel Raphael, through hope and then through confidence, takes us there. This is a very beautiful process that we need to work every day. Hope and confidence in the green energy, in the green light of this reference, of this Archangel. This is the energy. Have the hope and the confidence to work within you, within yourself, in order to be a better conscious person in your surrounding, right here, right now.
Yes.
Simple.
And after that, then would be creation. Be creative. If we construct, as Tom has mentioned in a very beautiful way, if we construct, that will help us to construct then good thoughts, positive thoughts. So let's construct good thoughts. That would give us health and also avoid destroying.
Yes, and then in the depressive aspect of ourselves, it's common that we lost the focus because we are very emotional beings. And the moment our minds begin to remember sad things or grateful events, then we concentrate on that, and then it recycles this low energy. So that is the reason we get stuck in this debunking energy and force, and this is like auto-boycotting ourselves, because we don't notice that we are making a lot of attention in the dark part of the motion. We need to immediately think, okay, I am kind of sad about this thing, let's go for a walk. I will walk, and then I may go to the woods, to the beach, to buy myself an ice cream, to break the routine in order to change your mind and the focus of your mind. Maybe you have heard sometimes when doctors tell you, what is your range of pain? What is your tolerance through pain? Because this is very different in every person. Sometimes people cannot stand just a pinch of a syringe in the body. Sometimes others, they just think, what? Oh, I didn't feel anything. There is a range of pain in your mindset. So this is equal to low emotions like sadness or depressive thinking. So when you put attention in this thinking, and then you bring the process of creativity to focus yourself on this sadness and then make it bigger without noticing that you have the control of this thought process, then you become very depressed, and then you may get in contact with the lowest energy, and then you will feel very, very, very unvaluable. And this is very, very dangerous and very bad, because then you are not making yourself responsible, and then you want a quick instant remedy for that. So you take a pill, or you go to the doctor, or you delegate your responsibility to keep your body, yourself, in a good shape. Try not to be in that part. Try to change immediately the routine and try to do something creative. Sometimes when we do not find a way, let's just watch some TV, but good things, or comedy that makes you laugh. Read a good book. I have read too many books, and one of my favorite writers is Robert Louis Stevenson, because he has this flavor of the sea, of the sailor. He describes perfectly the environment and the fear of the sailors, and this is very shivering to me. So this is very inspiring also, and sometimes it's spooky. So when you translate or you transfer your inner fears to an environment of a historic narrative, that is a kind of catharsis.
Yes.
You get rid of your own fears sometimes. Hear a good symphony, hear music, draw, write. There are too many things that you can do, but you have to overcome your own moment of confronting your own sadness, your own fears, in order to do some action. Because most of the times we feel that we don't want to make anything. I just want to go to bed and sleep, and I don't want to wake up. So this is a process that you need to avoid. But it comes from within you. Because if you don't do the first action and make the first step, doctors, pills, drugs, relationships, toxic companies will not help you, will take you deeper. So appeal to the energy of Archangel Raphael within you. Bathe yourself in the green light, in the color, dress green color.
Today you are wearing green.
Yes, I am a green guy. and find yourself somehow, compose yourself, but be willing to do that consciously. Don't let yourself be wasted.
Yes, and it's very beautiful what you are saying. And we have then to look for our health then in our body, in our mind, in our emotions. That's something that the three are going to help us. And also, of course, try to, well, everybody, we have to try to do good deeds. I mean, we have to act in a correct way. Act correctly. Try not to lie, not to not to lie, to envy, to be jealous. Those are terrible vibrations for our inner self. If we make bad actions, if we go for these kind of actions that are very, very negative, stealing, robbing, all those actions, abusing, taking advantage of somebody else, all the negative things, then that is going to take us, if we do that, then that is going to take us down. And it is going to be very difficult to get rid of that kind of energy. We're going to be there. Sometimes we can be there for years. And that kind of energy is going to let us know that our life is not going to function. It will have a block in front. We won't be able to walk. And sometimes maybe it is not because we are not, let's say, a person can say, no, I feel okay, I pray every day, I am good. But if that person really thinks about what he or she is saying, maybe he will find out that that person is not acting in the correct way. Maybe that person has a lover, no? And that person, if he has a lover and he is lying to his wife or she is lying to her husband, then that is not going to be positive. That is an energy. Remember, energies are there. So lying is an energy that is going to take us down. So if a person, if somebody is doing that, is not acting in the correct way, then with honesty, with integrity, then that person is going to be floating in this like river of negativity. It's a negative energy, lying, envying, being jealous, robbing, stealing, all this. No? So that is why we need to get rid and get away from that kind of energy. We have to swim all the way up instead of letting us be dragged down to lower energies.
Yes, that is very, very nice. Yes, the most simple way to focus yourself in the inner energy of your own is the ancient technique of breathing. When you are conscious of your breathing, how is your breathing? Is it deep? Is it short? Is it obturated? Is it in steps? Or is it wide, expansive, and relaxed? You need to put focus on this inhalation, exhalation, and try to bring it to everyday, to your everyday life. When you're driving, how you breathe. When somebody annoys you while you're driving, how is your breathing? Does it react effusively? Does it sparks the flame of anger within you, and then you pull and how you say, push the
Stop.
Accelerator, or just you don't be annoyed by these things? How is your breath? Breath is the most simple concentration technique that you can work every day, and analyze how you breathe. Do I breathe from the lungs up to the bottom, down to the bottom of my stomach, and then I am relaxed and in equanimity, or I feel anxious? Because it is not a thing if you are good or bad, or you are a good person, because most of us think we are good persons. But how about I am a good person, but I am anxious all the time, and I am stressed. So try to be conscious and try to analyze how you feel within you, in your lungs, your chest area, your stomach. Try to be aware of this throughout the day in different parts of phases that you're going through in your life. How is your breathing while you are with your partner? How is your breathing when you are with your children, your pet, gardening, or cooking in the garden? How is your breath? Is it relaxed? Is it expansive? Is it full? Or is it just contracted, or compacted, or pressed? Try to be aware of this. And if you feel some kind of contraction, try to expand. Every time that you remember, try to expand. This is a way to work with the Archangel Raphael energy. Try to imagine your lungs be filled with green air, green energy. And then you will feel some kind of shiver. This is okay. Then exhale. And then do this again and again, as many times as possible. And try it, because in a week you will feel very different. If you're willing to do the exercise from now on, you will start to begin feeling how is the conscious breathing. This is an ancient technique, the most simple of all meditations, and this becomes a state of awareness. I am aware of my breath. I am aware of the green energy, the green light working inside my body. This is a gift.
Yes, and what Tom is saying, or giving us this explanation, is for us to consider it as a kind of connection. We can connect with Archangel Raphael through our breath. So that is why it is important to be aware also, to be aware of our breath, also to be then aware of our body, our thoughts, our emotions, and our deeds. So it is like a team of different ways of connecting to the green light. If we want to be healthy, if we are really looking for health, then we have to pay attention to all these areas. We cannot just pay attention to the body. Sometimes people just focus on the body and then forget about the rest, or maybe they don't know that they have to pay attention about the other things. But now that's why we are today talking about this beautiful virtue of Raphael, who is healthy, then health. So Raphael then is inviting us to pay attention regarding the body, also then paying attention to our thoughts, to our actions, and to our emotions. All of them are together, they work together. Archangel Raphael tells us also that if we are happy, if we are looking for happiness, if we are really working for happiness, practicing happiness in our thoughts, in our emotions, in our deeds, and in also our body, then our body is going to be better, our body is going to be healthy. And if our body is telling us or giving us a specific message of that something is not good or something is not correct in our body, that means that we are not doing our job. We are forgetting about some or one area or of the rest of the areas. That means that maybe we have to pay attention to our thoughts. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? Yes, what am I doing? How am I acting? And that in that way we can look for also the inspiration of Archangel Raphael. We can ask him, for example, tell me what is it that I'm not doing correctly? What is it that I'm not considering in my life? I have to pay attention to what? Please tell me what is it that I have to pay attention to? And then Archangel Raphael is going to answer. Maybe in a message, maybe if we read something in the cell phone, maybe if we get an email, maybe if something tells us something, then there is where we're going to get or receive that message, or maybe while we are praying. But we really have to be paying attention all the time. If you have questions, of course, about maybe some kind of situations you are going through, or maybe a specific situation or specific situation in your body, you can contact us always. We can maybe have an appointment, and we can see what is it that it is bothering you in your life, and then we will be, of course, able to help you. We have this beautiful therapy of light. This therapy of light is done through the light of the 7 archangels, and as long as we can, of course, give you this kind of help, then you will be able to find other ways. Sometimes we don't see, since it is energy, sometimes people don't see or don't really see the kind of energy that they are holding or they are dealing with. And we, Tom and I, are, let's say, we have a lot of experience in looking for the kind of energy that you have, and we can help you, of course, with the help of the archangels, but they can help everybody to transform the energy into a different kind of energy, so that you can have light in your inner self, and that light is going to help you to continue in a better position, let's say, and you will feel free, and you will feel that you are getting the help that you really need in the energetic area specifically. So I think we are almost finishing.
Yes, we're about to become to the end of this issue of this program.
Yes.
In hope that you have heard this message of love, of joy, of the energy of Archangel Raphael, and it works for you somehow, in some way, and that you begin to practice this beautiful work of energy within you, because we all have this information. We are just trying to remind you that we are all divine beings, and we are in the purpose of living a joyful, loving life, and this is the way that we are reaching to you in a call to invite you to participate in this amazing energy. amazing energy of angels, amazing love of angelic world.
Yes, look for our TV programs here in Mundo Holístico TV, or maybe you can look to our Facebook page, which is Angelic World. It is written together, and you can always find these beautiful programs. They are very inspiring, and they go very deep into our mind and into our hearts. So thank you very much. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Laura.
And,
thank you, Michelle. Thank you for being our engineer today.
Yes, and thank you also you to be here. Try to communicate and yes, take these messages to other people, or maybe you can just share this message or this channel to other family members that you have, friends, so that they can enrich their lives with all this knowledge, and they can be able to practice all what we have to practice, because it's a lot. So we have a lot of information to still communicate, and thank you again for joining us today. Have a beautiful week.
Take care. Give us a like, send us your petitions, your questions, and then we will go forward to the next issue. Have a nice week. Take care, all of you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.